American player of being able to play versus Gluttony's Link. Now, Gluttony has a very high level Link. It is not his main, but still, I want to see what he has learned from that set with Gluttony and then the way that he implements that into his gameplay here versus Deltaforce.
Yeah, I will also say the last time I saw these two play, Justin kind of pulled Delta's pants down. It was not very close. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but it's been a while. Delta already getting some good work here, and we're on Hollow Bastion, which an interesting stage to start on. I do feel like it's pretty neutral for both characters. They all get a lot out of it, but it's Delta here with the first lead, and that's already a stock taken off of Byleth. He just snipes the tether, and I mean, Justin, you know, he's got a lot of ground to make up already.
Yeah, I mean, he is on his Byleth Hopium string, though. As you can see here, going for some nairs, making it back to the stage, trying to continue. But you could see Deltaforce utilizing a lot of his arsenal that he has at his disposal in order to make it so difficult for Byleth to get in. Justin able to send him off stage, trying to, oh, that would have been quite a cheeky edge guard, but not able to get it just yet. Deltaforce able to make it back to stage, trying to find something off of the nair. Justin able to sort of take some advantage, but he is still not quite at kill percent just yet, and now finding himself in disadvantage. Okay, there's the first stock right there for Justinbyleth.
A beautiful forward air there to call, you know, a jump from the ledge. And Justin's, you know, I said he had a lot of ground to make up. He's done a really good job of just putting on the pressure, making up said ground. And, you know, now it's up to Delta to respond. It feels like he had a really strong start, but Justin, you know, it kind of feels like he's the one in the driver's seat here. He's going for all these tech chase situations, but Delta, he has this edge guard that we saw earlier. The maximum range on the sort of the creator tether there. Really great recovery, but he has to air dodge. Feels like Delta is all over it. And he catches the roll and the bombs at the ledge. It kind of feels like there's nowhere to go, man. That's just the difference of, you know, one of the best Link players we have around.
Yeah, I mean, you really see a lot of the issues with mobility that a character like Byleth has in this matchup. When a character like Link is able to set up the bomb, set up his boomerang, you know, there's not a whole lot that Byleth can do without eating quite a bit of damage in order to get in. However, Justin is continuing to work his way through, sort of piloting here with the nairs, sending Deltaforce off stage into disadvantage. Oh, okay. Continuing with this damage, trying to read through that air dodge, but they are both underneath the platform here, and Deltaforce is continuing to pile on damage here.
Yeah. Feels like Justin, he has a lot of these setups where he's setting up tech chases, but he's not always getting like 100% of the result he wants. He's maybe getting 70 or 80%, but that is tacking on to, you know, he's eventually finding these jump reads with the forward air, but can he live this edge guard? Yes, he can. He's out of the corner, but Deltaforce, he has the setup. The shield pressure is so big, and the uppie had a shield. Justin just right back off stage. He rolls, and that uppie is gonna kill. And it was that roll from ledge that felt like, you know, Delta lost 2 stocks to jumping, but Justin lost 2 stocks to rolling from the ledge there. It feels like just both players really keen on what the other player wants to do. Just a lot of urges from both players to really try to speed their way out of disadvantage, get back to solid ground, get back to center stage. But it's Deltaforce who, you know, takes advantage of that really strong early edge guard to seal the game.
Yeah, in Justinbyleth's case, I can see why he wanted to roll in from the ledge in order to make up as much ground as possible, but that's really not a good idea when a character like Link is sort of charging the up B at the center of this, or at that part of the stage. You could see Deltaforce was sort of expecting the roll in, so that's why he was able to punish it so efficiently. But continuing on to game 2, it's going to be interesting to see the adaptations that both of the players make from game 1. You know, it cost them both quite a lot of stocks, their mistakes, so going to see the ways that they both adapt to that.
Yeah, I think the key for Justin is definitely going to be, like, if he wants to win out big here, he's setting up for these tech chases and advantage. If he just starts hitting on a few of the beats he's going for, he's going to start getting way more offensive output. But Deltaforce, he's doing such a good job here. You know, Town and City is a stage that Byleth players kind of like to go to because, you know, a little more ground to work with, and you know you can get those really early kills with like the tipper back air with the smaller blast zone. But Delta is stuffing Justin out at every opportunity with the bomb, with the arrow, with the boomerang, and Justin, like, even there, like, he lands with the nair, shield grab back into the corner. He feels like, you know, he's not even getting a chance to really play neutral here, like, at all.
Yeah, I mean, he, like, there's no way for him to get close. There's no way for him to out-camp Delta, except here he's trying to sort of outbox him with, okay, yeah.
That's the town and city diff, baby.
Yeah.
And that's why Byleth players like to come here. You know, you get caught lacking, maybe you don't DI down and away, or you just do the same thing. Sometimes there's those percent windows where you get hit by uppy and the read is right in its curtains, but you know, even though Delta gets hit by that big read, like that's the kind of level of play it kind of feels like Justin like has to make even to just find a kill with how locked down Delta's been. Like, it feels good to get that momentum swing, but now it kind of feels like it's back to, you know, whoever can really lock the other person down in the corner. Delta's clearly not phased, but Justin feels like he's taking advantage of this momentum swing. He's landing these tipper back airs, he's getting these nairs, he's pressuring Delta into the corner.
Yeah, Justin's been able to rack up quite a lot of damage here in this stock versus earlier stocks. Earlier stocks, it felt like he wasn't able to get in, and now he's not even getting that close to Deltaforce in order to make this damage. Deltaforce now close to losing his stock, able to get some damage there with the uppy. However, he is not finding a lot of this. Justin able to sort of make it back to ledge, going to be snuffed out with the bomb and with a boomerang. Utilizing, okay, yeah, coming back to stage. Deltaforce able to continue on to this train, and now it almost feels like Justin's damage that he was making earlier was all for naught, as he is struggling to get back to stage.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, damage is damage, and both players now, you know, with one solid hit, will kill the other one. And Justin, you know, he really has to be careful. Any errant nairs will get punished by the uppy, but a down smash, you know, if that hit, it might have broken the shield, but it's a bit greedy, and now Delta has the lead once again, and he manages to get off the ledge without having that jump called out by the forward air like we've been seeing over and over again. And now Justin, I mean, if he doesn't find this quick, we've seen what Delta does with leads. They just keep on increasing and increasing, and the rare get-up attack to get off the ledge this time. I love how Delta, he's really short of that weakness of, you know, rushing to get off the ledge from last game.
Yeah, definitely. Like the way that he's been able to find those adaptations, although just like what we were saying, Justin able to find those openings in order to take the stocks. However, he is oh, okay, I thought we were going to see quite another Byleth setup, like, but that
man.
not, yeah.
We